Hey, play for me, play for me. I want you to play, yeah. Now I wish we could have come here, but we can't. And I wish that we had no fear. So we dance, stuck on the inside, missing the outside, wishing freedom will come again, come again. 'Cause inside is not for we, and we got too much energy. So this what you gonna do for me when you hear me on the radio? And when you run out the house, I jump on the fence and climb up the tree and up on the roof and wave. We grateful for life, yeah. And when you put on your best and don't wash your face, to shake up the stress, shake up the place and praise. Make we come alive and behave like we in the stadium. We jumping like we in the stadium. We waving like we in the stadium. Praising like we in the stadium. We dancing like we in the stadium. Singing like we in the stadium. We winning like we in the stadium. Don't you know that this is the stadium? Oh, forget the problems, we not gonna worry. We gonna be grateful every day. But inside is not for we got too much energy. So this one you go do for me when you hear this on the radio. Oh, you run out the house and jump on the fence and climb up the tree and up on the roof and wave. We grateful for life, yeah. And when you put on your best and don't wash your face, shake off the stress, shake up the place and pray. Make we come alive and behave like we in the city. And we jumping like we in the side is not for COVID, not stopping me. Side is not for we. We go down in the yard, not for we. Up on the fence, not for we. The side of the road, not for we. Turn up your radio, not for we. Bring the tenant side, not for we. We don't need that outside, not for we. Up in the strings, not for we. Up on the road, and when you put on your best and don't wash your face, and shake off the stress, shake off the place and break. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, dance like we in the stadium. We waving like we in the stadium. We praising like we in the stadium. We noisy like we in the stadium. Loving like we in the stadium. Loading on like we in the stadium.
Good night, good night. How are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, I'm super excited for today. It is so close to Christmas. Oh, are you feeling the Christmas bug? Like, are you rushing around trying to find stuff? Yesterday, I went to look for gifts, and I tell you what, it was the most exhausting thing I did. I was like, "Ugh, I don't want to do this." And then you're looking for deals, and you got to think about the price point. Oh, guys, I'm telling you, we are in for a treat today. Today is going to be really interesting because I got questions from men and questions from women that wanted answers. And so today we're going to actually answer those questions. And some of the questions are tough. Like, yeah, the questions are, some of them are tough. So without further ado, let's jump into another sip and chat. Let me just tell you guys, just to get some housekeeping out of the way. So today is our second to last for this season. Next week we are gonna have our finals episode for the season, and then we're gonna come back in February with a bang. We have some really good lineups for you, and so I'm excited to share that with you guys. But today we are gonna go into the questions. So good night, guys. Make sure you share the live. Make sure you bring a tag a friend because I am telling you, it's gonna be a treat. So tell me in the chats, who do you want to get the first question from? Do you want a question from the women or from a man? And by the way, if you got your stuff, whatever you're sipping on, put it in the chat. Let me see what you're sipping on because I am sipping on some grapes. This grape soda thing here. See, it has a Jamaican flag. So that's what I'm sipping on. What are you sipping on out there? What are you sipping on? So let's jump into it. Um, the first question, it's from the men. This is what a guy asks me. Should a woman body count be a cause of concern? Ooh, 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 ooh. If it's high, how do you work around that? Did you guys hear that? Should a woman's body count be a concern, cause for concern? And how do you handle that? Anyone have any thoughts in the audience? Anyone have anything to share before? Should a woman body count matter? Guys, let me hear what you got to say. Should a woman body count matter? Does it matter that she might have had 15 guys, 20 guys, 6 guys, 1 guy? Does it matter her body count? All right, so I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So there is a consensus that we can agree with that the woman's body is her body, right? Let's understand that. No ifs, ands, or buts on that. Now, after that, let's talk about what does body count really means, right? If a person, male or female, because I'm not excluding men from this, although it's a question from a man, what does it mean if a woman is having a bunch of sexual relation? Well, for one, she's more exposed, right, to any harmful disease that she can get, a sexual transmitted disease. Two, the person who's going to be with her has to be able to meet all her different experiences if she wants that, as she would be very bored real quick. Three, if she's, what would we say, morally bankrupt and just having sex with several guys, then is that a person you want to be in a relationship with? So, does body count matter? Come on, put it in the chat. Does body count matter to you? Put in the chat if you think body count matters. I'm not seeing anything yet. Does body count matter? Good night, Latoya. Good night, AJ. Good night, Paula. Good night, Mimi. Good night, guys. Thank you for coming on. Good night, Onika. Does body count matter? I'm not seeing nobody bold enough to answer and say yes. AJ say yes, it does. So let me play devil advocate. Does body count matter if it's a guy? Kim say yes too. Does body count matter if it's a guy? So for me to tell a woman that body count doesn't matter, yo, you creating a lot of trauma to yourself, right? And that's not just physical trauma, that's emotional trauma, that's scarring. So you come with more baggage. And I'm telling you, this is not excluded to just women. A man could. The difference is that society have allowed him to do it and be called a man for doing it. We are being called hoes and other names when a woman do it. However, I am not suggesting that a woman should be able to do it with freedom without being called a name. I am saying that there's two different standards. But once you start examining the woman's standard, do you examine the man? Because um, a woman would say, I don't want a guy that has been just out there like crazy, because I don't know, like he could have bring something and give to me. He could actually be wanting me to do a whole bunch of things that I am not haven't experienced and don't want to try. So does body count matter? I say for me, it matters where the person is. So a person could have had a life that was different to the one she's now living. And if she's living a life that is different from that, I said, don't judge her on that. She's made a choice to change her life. Actually, love her for who she is, who she's presenting herself to. Now, if she still got body count racking, hell to the no. Nobody don't want that. Nobody don't want that. Like seriously. But if she has changed her life and she's living a life that shows that she's ready for a committed relationship, gosh, why would you judge her in that? I mean, like it's her past. Let her past be her past. Let her past be her past. She's living a new life. She have said, "This is not what I want no longer." So her count, her body count, is none of your damn business no more. She's not living that. She's not living that way anymore. Now, if you guys choose to have that conversation, that's fine. But if she's not living that way no more, no, love the woman. What do you guys think about that? That's how body count matters for me. Um, as I said, if you're still actually going through the lifestyle of building more account, then nah, dog. Nobody got the time for that. However, if that was your past and you're no longer there, you are in a place that you know, you honor your body, you know, you have changed your life and you're living a life that's more holistic and caring for yourself, why judge her? So that's where body count is for me. That question was from a guy, and um, I liked it. I liked it. I was like, whoa. He said, and if it's high, how do you work with that, dude? If it's high and she's still racking body count, leave her alone. But if she's no longer racking body count, boy, love that woman for who she is now, presently, right? So, guys, let's go into a quick commercial that we could go into. I thought I would have go through more questions faster. Oh gosh. Let's get a commercial, and then we're gonna come back and get another question in from the women. So get the sip. You guys put in the chat what you drinking. I'm sipping on some gray juice. I don't know what it is. Gray soda, and it's not mine, it's my son's. So wait till he come back and see it's missing. Okay, guys, let's jump to the commercial. Put in the chat what you're sipping on tonight.
An exciting adventure of self-discovery. This journal is your own special place to embark on a meaningful journey of exploring and understanding yourself. Get your own copy today. The Discovery of Who Am I? Whose Am I? I Am Journal. You can now find the OLM Journal at Austin's bookstore, located at Lot 190 Church Street, Georgetown. Just Because Shop, located at Miss Proper Boutique at the corner of 1st and Albert Streets, Albertown. And Pure Elegance Beauty Salon, located at Rayon House of Fashion Building, 73 Robb Street between Camp and Wellington Street.
And we're back. So I see some people got coffee. We got water. Girl, I love the water. So we have a woman. This is a question from a woman, guys. How do you know if your partner can perform sexually if you never have sex before marriage? Whoa. How do you know if your partner could perform sexually if you never had sex before marriage? That's a fair question, my girl. Fair question. So here's the thing. Hey Alana, here's the funny thing. Why do you think when you have relationship with someone, you're like he no do nothing real good? You talk about he or she ain't ready yet. Why do you think you get that opportunity to say those things? Well, let me tell you, it's because you've been exposed. If I never eat pork, I'm not knowing that pork is bad or pork is good, right? So one of the things about if you've never been exposed is that you guys could learn as you go. And that means you can explore each other and explore each other's body when you haven't. When you come with like 60 body counts, you come with 60 different experiences, right? So you're now expecting somebody who haven't had that to give you that. The compilation of 60 body counts and this one poor person, okay, they just now entering. So when you think about not performance is based on learning, because your body is going to be the thing that you're going to teach your partner. You can tell him where to touch. You tell her what you like. If you're honest and open, you're going to express where you desire to. And then you're going to learn and you will be able to be satisfied. But saying that because you never had sex, you wouldn't be able to, the person wouldn't be able to meet your satisfaction, that's not true. That is absolutely not true. So on that one, I think actually a woman who haven't had sex before or a man, they have a better opportunity experiencing their sexual desires and needs in a way that's more holistic, that a person could actually meet it because you're telling them what you want, because you're learning each other's body at that moment, as opposed to you have been exposed to porn, you have been exposed to a bunch of men or a bunch of women, and you got all these experiences, and when this innocent person that haven't had that experience is with you, you're frustrated because like, yo, you get with it, come on, you need to know how to do this and this and that. Do you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Do you guys get what I'm saying? I tell you, these questions were hard. I was like, geez, no holding back. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? So I don't believe that because you didn't have a bunch of bodies, you can't be satisfied. I think your innocence of learning your body in the process of being sexually involved with your partner is going to give you a better opportunity to explore if you have two people who are willing to learn each other. So, who thinks that it's better to have sex before, or you think it's better to have sex after? What you guys say? So I'm going back to the men. I'm going back to the men. This is a man question. A man question coming up. Let's see what he said. So what do you guys think? Why do women ask for the truth and they can't handle it when you tell them, right? So um the funny thing is, I don't know that I know to answer that question properly. That one, I told you guys hard questions. Here's what I say. When a woman is asking for the truth, half the time she's asking for the truth when it concerns her relationship and her poor heart. And so, of course, it'd be hard for a lot of people to process if you can tell them, okay, so you seeing the girl, you with somebody, you doing something, and she go, yeah, I'm seeing another woman, and you know what, I kind of like it. Of course, it's gonna be hard to deal with, right? So I think that's a little hairy. However, there are people, women and men who are very emotionally mature that can handle the truth and desire the truth. Not everyone is like that. So, for instance, I believe I am very emotionally sound, and that means when I ask for the truth, I do want the truth and I can handle it. But for you to handle the truth, you have to process where you are, know what you're willing to do and what you're not, and then when you get the truth, you know how to respond to the truth instead of going from an emotional space. So that question was a little hairy. There's men that ask for the truth and can handle it too. So I know. What you guys think about that one? Do you think that women ask for the truth and they don't can't handle it? As much as it has a lot of truth to it, I think women ask for the truth because they can't handle the unknown even more. It's the unknown that keeps her up at night. It's the unknown that keeps her crying when she don't even know why she's crying. She just have a sense of something is not right. So I think she could handle the truth better than she can handle her imagination of what she think is happening. What do you guys think? You guys think that you can handle the truth? You think you should before you sh- I think you should try before. Do you think the truth is always, I think that the head game is worse than the truth. You always take it 100 mile away from what actually is happening. Even if you was to find out, oh my gosh, my husband or my boyfriend seen somebody else, you already had that man married to that woman with children living in a white picket fence. So my head and my imagination would be crazier than the actual truth. So I want the truth. It will probably relieve me of the things that's going on in my head. Overthinker. Yes, that is correct. An overthinker. I'm a process so much. So I think women actually can deal with the truth, although it hurts. I do notice some people that, and this is for men and women, that when they hear the truth, they're gonna react emotionally. But again, if you're with somebody that's emotionally intelligent, then that won't happen. If you have a person that is not, then you shouldn't even be messing up because they can't handle the truth. So that was a question from a guy. Let me go to a question from the ladies. And let's see, what's the question from the ladies? As a woman, if I am more successful than my partner, do I need to dim down my light and let him feel m- manly? So here's the thing. In this day and age, there's a lot of women who are actually doing really well and doing even better than the partners. However, I need you guys to reel it back, right? Reel it back. Because you think that money replaces the position of a man. That is just disrespectful, ladies. You ain't gonna ever get me to co sign on that. Just because you have money, it does not make you any more um, powerful or suddenly you. No. If a woman has happened to be making more money, that's a discussion you should have as a couple. Like, where he is, what are some boundaries you guys have to put in place so that what was I watching? I was watching something on Netflix, and first wife clubs or something like that. First wife club or something like that. I think that's the name. And she is getting married to this young guy. She's getting married to him, and he said he's Jamaican and she's American. She's like, "Mom, we have some goat curry at the wedding." She was like, "Goat curry? What are you talking about? This is not how we do it here." And first thing, she's disrespecting his culture because that's what his culture has. And if you're gonna take a man that's from a different culture, you should learn it, right? And then she says, "We're not doing that." And he's like, "But this one." She said, "Look, I am paying for the wedding. All you got to do is show up." Hey! Now, if that was my son, she would have been standing at the altar, right? But my point in that story is to say, just because you're handling the cash, the money, that does not in any way lessens that man who he is, his characteristic. So first thing you got to know is like, yo, why are you with that person? Is it because of money? Because if you're thinking money is the only equalizer to the relationship being, then you got issues. But if you're saying, okay, I love this man because of who he is, what he brings to the table, how he makes me a better person in the sense that he's constantly pushing me to do and be better. He's a great father. All the things you can list. Why would your money suddenly make a difference? Then you got some, I would say, some insecurities because it should make a bit of difference. But I encourage anyone who has that dynamic to have the conversation, to sit down and actually have the conversation, see how your partner feel, because you don't want that. I have a client who is a doctor, and the person who she was seeing was a contractor, and she made more money than him, and they had to have that conversation. Like, what does that look like? And how do we actually deal with the money aspect? And they did. They actually had the conversation. So they worked it out that he will choose where they go for dinners because he was choosing based on what his pocket can do. And she was okay with that. And that's a serious conversation to have. He took charge when they went on trips. They actually did it together and pool money. Not just say, let's buy this trip. They will put certain money together for a certain time. So it was them putting that money. So there's ways to get around that. And it's way the most important part is actually having a conversation. If you're not talking about it and thinking about it, then there's problems. Does that make sense, guys? So that's a question from a woman, right? That was a question from a woman. I need to go to the bed. Let's see if we could get another guy question in. Oh gosh, no! I gotta take a commercial and come back for this. This is a doozy. Oh, I don't even know if I can add. This needs a sip. Mm-mm. Mm. It's a sex for me. I can't even say it. I'm supposed. Okay, guys, give me a commercial, and we will back. Guys, let me know what you guys think about the last one. Should a woman feel she's the stuff because she make extra money and like, come on, what's that about, right? Definitely some insecurities. Say that she must have feel suppressed before and think she's gonna take it out on homeboy now. All right, let's get a commercial and we come right back. Take Ziegler said that you are exactly where you are because of yourself. I think that hurt my feelings because I would like to think of myself further along, and I would like to blame everything around me of why I'm not where I am. But the truth is, you are exactly where you are because that is what you have poured into yourself to get, nothing else. Okay, so we're back, guys, and we are on. I think this is like our sixth question, but it's a doozy. So let me just mention to you guys. You just saw vision board parties coming up. Like, if you wanna triple times what you did in 2023 or for 10x what you did in 2023, excuse me, you want to be at the vision board party. The vision board party is going to be strategies that I'm going to give you to actually make sure that you put the things that you need to put in place to actually get the result. So the tickets are $2,000. However, let me give you the tea on this. The book that you're going to get that has all the strategies inside of it is worth $10,000. $10,000 by itself, you already up by 8,000, right? No, actually 10,000. Why am I doing my math backward? So once you buy your ticket, you get the book, then you get the ticket. Like the value is 16,005, but you getting it for 2,000. Why am I doing that? Let me tell you why. It's after Christmas. Everybody is like a little dry. However, I have learned to stop giving away things for free because people don't value that. So what I'm doing is actually having you come to the vision board party, get to actually hear the presentation, learn the strategies, and have the book to go and implement it. Not only that, the next relationship real talk in Guyana, you can actually look at it live or you can actually be in Guyana face to face. I'm giving you a ticket for that because I desire to 10x what I did this year, and I can't do it without the strategy. And if you want to do the same, I'm giving you the option to do it with strategy. So, guys, make sure you actually WhatsApp us to get your tickets. So, let's jump into the next question. This question is coming from a man. It says, what should a man do when he has sexual needs that are not met by his partner? Ow. So I gotta put the paper down. Take a stretch. Whew, gotta exercise for this one, ladies. Okay, so let me just say this. I meet this question a lot in the Caribbean. Unfortunately, that hi Jane, hi Onika, thank you guys for joining. Shondell, thank you for joining. I must say that you have come into a culture that says like sex is this laborious thing that we have to do and we don't want to do it, or it's the thing that we wield as a weapon. And therefore, I have the right to say no whenever I don't get my way and show him. Well, while the woman's body is physically hers, in spirit, God says the body of the woman is the man's and the man's body is hers. What he's just saying is that, look, there's no bargaining with your body. Because guess what, sis? You're not a prostitute. You're not negotiating with your body. So just so you, I know some of you like, what? Did Cole just say that? Yes. Because what is a prostitute? The person who is exchanging some form of payment for her body. When your husband don't do what you want to do, and you take away sex is because you're exchanging some form of payment for what you want. I hope you guys get that because it's facts. So I don't believe in holding your body away from your partner, and this goes for men and women, and they do have men that do it. I believe that it's a place that you bond and renew your relationship, and if you're not doing a whole lot of it, it could put a strain on your relationship. So what should he do? I think you need to have hard conversations. I always tell you guys, sex for women, we want it. Sex for men, they need it. They need it. Like that's how God created them. Um this is a tough one because I know men would be like, if I'm not getting it, what do you want me to do? And everything that you might want me to do, I don't want to condone. I don't condone it. So what do I tell you? I'm gonna say communication is the best thing right there. You have to, when there's something like that happens, something is wrong in the relationship. Somebody's feelings is hurt. Somebody emotionally is bankrupt. Somebody is having some injury that has not been given attention. So you need to have a conversation. You need to communicate. So you need to go to the table and be like, babes, and I mean literally a table, but you need to say, babes, I love you. I love being with you. I love making love to you. And that I'm not having because there's something wrong. So tell me what it is because I don't want it to continue to be like this. I think that starts the conversation. Most time we don't ever start the conversation. Say it out loud. Hey Sophie, my dear. We don't start the conversation, we react to the behavior. So we react, and men find themselves in another relationship. Men find themselves getting addicted to porn and pleasuring themselves. I'm gonna say, sis, I'm gonna give you the tea right now. The last thing you want to do is withhold yourself because you're giving the devil playground with your husband. Sex is not a chore. It's not a chore. It actually is a bonding mechanism. It's a way to actually connect with your partner. It's a way to actually put everything back and just be like, ah, this is my person. So every time you stay away from that, it's easy for you guys to find yourself going further and further apart. Excuse me, further and further apart because you have nothing that's bringing you together. And that do help to bring you right there. I'm gonna tell you, stop doing that. I had a client today. I was telling her, listen to me. You are not responsible for your husband's extramarital affair. However, however, don't actually plant a seed and have somebody water it. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I promise you the temptations for homeboy to go out is greatly increasing. Did I say that's supposed to be right? No. Did I say that I agree with him? No. What I do say, especially in the culture of Guyana, the Caribbean, it is something that's almost normalized. I mean, now we're evolving, but forever. I was at the a salon maybe 4 or 5 months ago, right around the time when the conference was going on, and I heard a woman was saying that she was encouraging her sister to leave her man because he had a woman, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and she's like, yeah, he wife got to deal with all that. I was like, your sister's not his wife, and she was like, no, my sister's his side piece. Uh, I'm confused, I said. I said, please embellish. And she goes, well, a good man have a wife and he have his side piece. But he's terrible because he want to have two and three. That is a woman speaking that. So the society that we have, the culture that we have, of course, we are changing that culture brick by brick, or she said pebble by pebble. We are changing it. We're evolving. Listening to me, listening to stuff that you listen to that is more about, changing and getting to a holistic place is helping people to evolve, right? But we are not quite there yet. So there's still a great majority of people who still kind of subscribe to the word sweet woman and side piece and that kind of stuff. Those are not words that should be in a language, of relationship, but it is. So I'm gonna tell you, don't don't plant no seed and get nobody water for water it. So handle your business. Handle your businesses. That's what I'm gonna say. Handle your business. I will try to meet my husband in our sex life. That is awesome. So that was from a guy. So let's get one from a female. Okay, so she says, how do I move forward from the past infidelities if I decide to stay? Okay. All right. She got S on that infidelities. Gosh. Okay, let me drink for that. Guys, take a sip. So, how do you move past that? Woo! And she said the S. She said infidelities. Numerous infidelities. All right, sis, let me say this. If you decide to stay, you have to know why you're staying. It's not enough to be feeling like you're obligated or you have no other option to stay in a relationship. But if you can make a decision that I want my marriage, I want my husband, and I want to work through it, then kudos to you. Hello, Monica. Thank you for joining, my dear. Then kudos to you. Now, if you're going to be in a relationship that had multiple betrayals, here is what I want you to know. You have to understand you cannot get what you had before. So many women feel or I want to get back to where we were. Don't try to do that because that's what got you here. Understand, it was that which lead here. So we don't want that no more. What we want now is to go back to the negotiating table. Hi, Regina, my dear. Go back to the negotiating table. And that could be a literal table of you sitting there and saying, okay, let me back up. First, you need to know what is it that you need to be in that relationship in a sound mind. Because most times, I see women skirt it, put it under the rug, and go into a relationship, and it's so bitter, so frustrated, so mad because they never went back to the table and negotiate on their own behalf. So a lot of times, you never had a conversation about things that you know now that you didn't know back then. You got married and you was just lovey-dovey, and so you got married, and then you're like, man, this man don't handle money right. Man, this don't happen right. This. And now you have an opportunity to say, look, okay, I'm going to be in this relationship. However, these are some things that I need to be in place so that we can have a relationship. And here's what you need to know. You need to ask him to do the same. Why? Because he had reasons why he stepped out. And you might not have been meeting the need that he needs. So you want him to be honest as well because you don't want this to repeat. So when you guys both make a list of what you need to move forward, then you got to talk about the process of healing. You got to work on you, sis. You got to make sure that you heal. You got to also forgive. And let me just say this, but when you say that you're going to be in the relationship, that does not mean that you get to beat him over his head about what he did, because that's not being in the relationship, right? That's chastising him in the relationship. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you actually get an opportunity to heal. And that means I might have to ask him some questions. And I'm saying refrain from asking him details. That's not important. It's really not. You're just actually really reiterating pain on top of that. So do not do that. But you do definitely need to vent, ask the questions, whatever it is, and then move forward. But you have to. When I say you have to ask the hard questions. You have to come up with what it is going to make sense. Also, there's things that were triggering to you. You have to identify those triggers. Why? Because if you see those triggers again, right, and nothing has been resolved, then you're going to think it's happening again. For instance, if you have your husband never used to be with his phone, and then you would start noticing he's always with his phone, or he has his phone turned on, or whatever it is, right? And then suddenly it comes out afterwards that he was having an affair. Then your thoughts is like, I knew I was right. I was thinking that something was wrong. So then when he does that, after you guys have recommitted, you are going to be triggered to believe that's what's happening again. So you have to work through all those things. You cannot go into the relationship just like nothing ever happened. I hope that answers your question. I can't go down the litany of things that you would have to actually do, but there's a starting point for you. You definitely want to acknowledge that it did happen. There was a breach, there was an emotional injury, and there's a trust that is broken. That trust has to be built up. You know, um, this is an analogy that I think of a lot. It's like you take 2 3 years to gain 25 pounds. Like I gained 25 pounds over COVID. 25 pounds in 2 years. 25 pounds, dollar. And for me to lose 25 pounds, I I was at one for like maybe 2 months, and then the one went back up. It takes a longer time. Very much the same like trust. Trust is a behavior that's accumulated over time. The reason why you trust someone is because they show up and be consistent about a behavior. Maybe like, oh, my husband's gonna pick me up at 4 o'clock, and every 4 o'clock my husband is there. I trust that he's gonna be there because he's shown me to be there, right? So then when that is broken, you are gonna take it breaks like this. The first time he show up, it breaks like that. But it's gonna take a long time to build back. So understand what it is, and then you follow through with what you have to do. But you have to tell your partner what it takes to get back to that place where he's in your heart and safe. Does that make sense? Guys, does that make sense? I just was yapping, yapping, yapping. I gotta get a sip for that. I'm dry throat now. My throat dry. Does that make sense, guys? So let's see. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. So don't try to get what you had before. It is already broken. Go renegotiate what it is that you need, but you have to sort that out first for yourself. Present it and ask your partner for his, because he does have needs, right? Go through the healing process, refrain from the details. It's not even necessary. And forgive and actually work through it. Okay. All right. Let's get the, I think, I'm gonna, okay. All right. This is from a man. How can a man lead a woman who always defends? Well, he meant to be on the defense. All right. How could a man lead a woman? So if a woman is on the defense, I'm not giving her a pass, but I'm gonna tell you it's an injury somewhere along the line. If it's childhood injury, if it's adult injury, if it's a present relationship injury, it's a reason for that defense, right? Why is there a defense? The defense is to protect. If somebody is defense, I don't know football, but I know the defense line is to protect the quarterback, right? So if somebody's in a defensive mode, it's something that is being triggered that they feel they need to protect. So if you are having problems with that, you need to have the conversation like, babes, do you realize I love you? Do you realize that I'm here for you? Do you realize I have not broken trust? I haven't disappointed you. I'm here for you. I am here. I don't want to be nowhere else. You got to tell me, what is it that makes you feel that you have to put up your dukes every time I come to you with something? You got to talk to her. I promise you, she is waiting for you to notice that she needs to be reassured. That is her problem. She just needs to be reassured. So go to her, have that conversation, because she's in protective mode. No one is defensive without trying to protect themselves. And the unfortunate thing is, I tell people all the time, when you are most vulnerable, you get to experience what love feels like. It's like a beautiful thing. However, however, when you're most vulnerable, damn, you can get hurt badly. But would you sacrifice the what if for the beautiful experience? I don't know. I'm gonna take the chance. I want to be loved like no other, right? So yes, I can be hurt in that place of vulnerability because my guard is down and I'm giving my all to you. But without that, I'm just skirting the surface of what love should feel like. And that's not okay for me. Do you guys understand that? Put in the chat, number one, if you would rather love than to hold your heart hostage. Tell me in the chat if you would rather love. I know I would. I want to experience love instead of, what if he hurt me? What if he leave? What if nah, I want love. All right, I'm gonna, what we got? Let's see, we got 10 minutes. So let's see. That was a man's question. Let's see a woman's question. I think this might be the last one because we got our trivia. I rather love too, babes. I'm a single mom and my partner does not get along with my child. How do I navigate that? Huh. Huh. Woo! I think that's my last question for tonight because this one is gonna, I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna tell you right now. When God give you a child, he gave you a responsibility. And that responsibility was to actually cultivate and love and guide that child in a way that they ought to go. Now, if it happens that you are not with a person who you created that child with and you have to choose a partner, sis, let me just tell you, at that point, because you're in the process of choosing, at that point, your child is the most important thing. You don't like my picnic? Then we don't have nothing to do. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Because guess what? You're bringing a person into your home, not necessarily into your home. I'm just saying you're gonna be in a home together. And that person is supposed to be the father figure for the child, and they don't like the child. How can you actually cultivate and be a disciplinarian to my child? How could you actually no? That's a hard no. And please don't tell me you didn't see it before, because guess what? If he doesn't like your kid, chances are he never did and he would have shown it. No, that's a hard no. That's a hard no. That's a hard no. No. Um when I got married to my husband, I was well, I can't even say if I was a single mom, because I was married, but my husband was not with me. He was in prison. And the thing that attracted me to my husband, one of the very big things, is the fact of how he loved on my girls. I could not tell if he had birthed them himself without me, how he loved on them. It was easy for me to want to be with him, marry him, and like seriously, because I saw the father that he would be to my kids. And those kids didn't stay my kids anymore. They were our kids. Now, if you have to be in a relationship, about me son and me that, me son and me that is not a good relationship for you nor your child or children, because there's such a separation. It doesn't mean that that woman have to replace the father, but if there's a man in the home, he's a father figure. It's just a fact. That child is going to probably learn more from that man in the house than his own dad, because he's not presently there all the time. So, how do you navigate that? You don't. You don't, sis. You got to protect your child. That's your first priority. That's your first priority. Hi, Miss Loretta. Hey, Kim. So that one is, I know she probably already in it, loving him. And now no, no, wait. Let me say something. Let me preface with this. If he's a grown adult, girl, no, that ain't a thing. I mean, like, you guys ain't gonna be like, I mean, like, if he's a grown adult, chances are because of grown adult stuff, they ain't like each other, whatever. That's a whole different thing, right? I don't have to live, but he has to be cordial or respectful. He don't have to like him, but he has to be cordial or respectful. But if it's an underage child, that's when there's an absolute no. Do you guys agree with that? Let me know in the chat. What you guys think about, would you date a guy that don't love your kid? Treat your kid like crap. Would you date him? I swear this stuff is beyond some delay. If a guy don't know, they just say no with an explanation point. No, never. Regina's like, never, ever, ever. Absolutely not. Good, good. I'm glad that yes, I am appreciating the nose. Yes, that's why it's like, no, no. Them girls ain't playing. Awesome. That's awesome. That is really awesome, because you are their protector. You are definitely their protector. So I don't know what we have for trivia today. I think I saw a question. These rest of questions we'll go over it next week. So talk to me, ladies. Where are you in your Christmas shopping? Where are you in your Christmas decoration? And do we have a trivia? I thought we had trivia. What is the main ingredient to pepper pot? Oh yeah, I did see this. What is the main ingredient to pepper pot, guys? What is the main ingredient to pepper pot? Oh, yeah, help me. Oh, help me. Help me. I bought my beef yesterday and I seasoned it up. I actually seasoned up meat until 12:30 this morning. Um I was cleaning because we're gonna do a roast, we're gonna do chicken, baked chicken, we're gonna do baked salmon. What else? Chicken, roast, and fish. I think that's a three. Gas wrap. You are absolutely correct. It is Casrip. I actually, when I saw the question, I was thinking maybe it's cow heel. I swear. I was like, when I saw the answer, I was like, damn, I would have got that real wrong. I thought it was like cow heel. So that's a no. So what else we have? What else question we have, guys? Do we have another one? What's the name of the new highway recently commissioned on the East Bank? What's the name of the highway, guys? The new highway on the East Bank. Come on. What's the name of the new highway on the East Bank? Do anybody know? You're absolutely right. Regina got it. Almost finished. Hero Highway. I wonder why Heroes Highway. Wonder why they name it Hero. Anybody know the backstory on that? I don't know why is it Heroes Highway? Not sure about that. Anyway, guys, like always, love chatting with you. So let me just tell you a little bit. Sip and Chat is gonna be in episodes, and this is our second to last episode. Oh, to the fallen soldier. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you for that information. It's dedicated to the fallen soldiers. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that information. So, yes, so next week is gonna be our last week for this season, but we have some really awesome things coming up. So, the first seasons, we want to actually talk to couples. And so I will interview couples. I will be interviewing singles in one season, then men in another season. I think men are going to be the first one we do interviews. I'm not sure, but the whole season will be just interviewing a bunch of men. The whole season will be just interviewing married couple or single women, and so we can hear what they're saying, and we can actually learn from the people who are doing it right and wrong. So why I say right and wrong, because it's because we know, or we get coached into from the place where we are wrong to go to right, that we know now how to move forward. So it's going to be really, really, really awesome. I'm excited. I know you guys love having me alone, but we're going to have some company. The next episode. So here's the thing. If you feel like you're brave enough to be interviewed, we're taking and we're interviewing people to actually be on. So if you say, you know what, coach, I would love to be on with my husband, or I love to talk about singleness, or I would love to talk about as a man how I am feeling it out here in these streets, these women ain't easy, contact me. 694-9614. WhatsApp me and we will have a chat. So next week, 8 o'clock, right here. Make sure you tell a friend. I want to tell you guys, for the first season, I really truly appreciate you guys. There's some people that was always check in and come and watch Sip and Chat. And there's people who constantly share our life. You are the reason that this is gonna keep growing. And I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I know I'm supposed to be saying thank you next week, but I just want to say thank you for all the newcomers that are really coming on to the show. And I am so appreciated of you. Thank you. Make sure you tell a friend and make sure we get the word out, right? So that we could do relationship from a more holistic place where we are getting the things that we need because we're doing the things we need to do. Does that make sense, guys? So, good night. Thank you. Love you. And I'm going to be talking to you guys after Christmas. I'm going to be doing my lives. Don't worry. I'll be doing my lives. But I'll talk to you guys after Christmas. And I want to hear all about your Christmas. So, have a wonderful night. May God bless you guys. Christine, I didn't even know you were here, my dear. See what I'm talking about? People here I don't even know. Facebook be really doing me wrong. They don't be showing everybody. So enjoy. Today's what? Thursday, weekend coming up. And then it's Christmas. Like, guys, you got okay. Let me know. Did you guys buy gifts yet? Did everybody buy a gift? Did everybody buy gifts? Tell me if you put buy gifts. Put a 1 if you're buying a gift already. And next time you come up, next time you come on here, make sure you got your drink to sip on and make sure you put it in the comments to let me know what you sipping on. This is a must. Sip and Chat is a name. That means we sipping and we chatting. So let me know if you got your sip on when I get on here the next time. I need to know. Not yet. Is Latoya and Monica, y'all? I ain't know what's going on. Y'all worse than me. I got excuses. Y'all, no, you ever hear somebody say, y'all worse than me? Are you worse than me? This way I can say, are you worse than me? Yes, I went and I got some stuff last night. Cherry juice. Okay, girl, share that. Give me some. Give me some. I had soda and I didn't, it wasn't even my soda. I typically buy soda. Hey, you guys are funny. Ladies, have a good night. Our coach is going to her bed. Her bed. Thank you guys and have a blessed night. Thank you, TikTok. I love you. Bye bye. Ziegler said that you are exactly where you are because of yourself. I think that hurt my feelings because I would like to think of myself further along and I would like to blame everything around me of why I'm not where I am. But the truth is, you are exactly where you are because that is what you have poured into yourself to get, nothing else.